So finally we here, man. Sorry it took so long, but I had to run to Target and get some shit. But anyway, Yo Gotti drops off the return. Now, if you didn't notice, half of the mixtape was already released when he did the Cocaine Music, the Return series, part one and part two. So those songs won't be included in this review because I already heard it, and I think I reviewed part one of the mixtape. I don't know if I did both of them, but I'm just gonna do the 14 tracks that basically are new to me. So, starting off with the intro, Crossing the Border. That's an excerpt from the movie Blow, which is a classic movie in my opinion. Moving on to Down in the DM, I didn't like it. It's basically a song about, social media and chicks sliding his DM from Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, all that shit. It's entertaining, but it's just like, really, you couldn't come with nothing better than that. Whatever. The next track is Rich Nigga. It reminds me of Future's rotation as far as the production. I don't know if Metro Boomin did that song on Future's album, but it definitely had the same cadence a little bit if you listen closely. But I still fuck with that record. Tell Me featuring Fetty Wap. I just couldn't get into it. Fetty Wap voice kind of annoying to me. I just couldn't fuck with it. Return from Columbia skit. Definitely it plays into the whole drug motive behind the mixtape. So definitely it fits. Going into Boys in the Hood, which is a dope record where it's not really an original beat, but basically he did his own, rehashing of it, and it was dope. You know what I mean? He said some cool lines in that song, and I fuck with it. It wasn't bad at all. Going into Everywhere I Go, that song is dope. It's just him explaining a lot of things that he need to explain, saying what he got to say, and just being him, being a real nigga, and just breaking certain shit down. So I fuck with that record. Forever Ever featuring Black Youngster, definitely a dope track. They both going in. The beat was kind of dark in my personal opinion, but it still fit the mode for what they was talking about. Great track. Moving on to Good Die Young featuring Boosie and Black Youngster yet again. It's a real record, man. I definitely think Boosie shined on that record. I was actually getting dressed when I was listening to this, and I was like, wow, bro, really going in. It's not a bad record at all. Y'all should definitely check that one out. Tiffany number 10, he basically played off the word Tiffany through a lot of different contexts of the song, from the bracelet to the store to the colorway of it. It was pretty dope. I was like, wow, he a fool for this. Moving on to Flight 2998 to LAX, that little skit makes sense, Going into I Got You featuring French Montana. Definitely I tried to get with it, but I just couldn't fuck with it. I understand the concept of the song, but I just couldn't rock with it. If you heard it, you liked it, that's cool, but I just couldn't get with it. I definitely feel like they could have came with a different song or a different concept together as them being two good artists that, I personally like. Moving on to Real Nigga Holiday, definitely a great anthem record for him. I thought the beat was pretty dope. I enjoyed his flow in this song, and if you're a real nigga, you appreciate this record as well, man. So shout out to Yo Gotti for that joint. And the last track is definitely a good record to end the mixtape with, and it's called Fans, where the sample on that shit is just so dope. The way he's rapping on this is very not really introspective, but breaking down a lot of things as far as his music, as far as his next album, the streets, the label, all type of different scenarios to where he felt like he needed to let his fans know, because we still waiting on the art of hustle, no doubt. But overall, man, I get his project a 7 out of 10 easy. I definitely like 11 joints out of 14. The beat selection was definitely good, 7 out of 10. But I do feel like it was oversaturated with music we already heard on the 2 previous EPs that he put out for free. And without that, I think this would have been a very cohesive project. So that's why I reviewed the 14 tracks and not the entire mixtape of 22 records, seeing how we already heard those records. Or if you're a fan of Gotti, you have. But that's my take on Yo Gotti new mixtape. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for listening. And other than that, I'll see y'all on the next one, man. Y'all be easy. 1.